we're back, but this is weird. It's not live on YouTube yet.
We're back, but this is weird.
It is weird. It's because of the Twovix thing. Oh, there we are. We're live now. All right,
You look like an amateur.
And then all of a sudden, there's like 10 people watching, which is really weird too.
An amateur.
Hi, 10 people watching. That's very cool. Say hi in the chat. We're back on another exciting episode of Starfleet Sohail, where we have a casual and informal conversation about Star Trek. Today, we're focused on something we should have been focused on like a year ago. Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 1. Twovix.
Twovix.
Twovix. How long ago did this episode air?
1,000,000 years ago.
1,000,000 years ago. It's true.
Maybe a year. A year ago.
It was like a year, I think. I don't remember when. I have to look it up. I should look these things up beforehand, but I never do.
So unprepared.
It's so true. And I didn't change.
I can look it up. I can look it up if you want. Twovix.
I didn't change my name, but apparently you changed yours to is that Tootie? How do you say that?
Tootie.
It's not.
There's two.
It's not Twatty. Are you sure? Twatty? Are you sure it's not that?
Okay, all right.
Hey, we have Norman Buckwald in the audience. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. It was last September. We're not so bad. That's not so late.
Do you remember?
Oh, Twotty.
Okay, no, well, he wrote Twatty.
$2.
That's a bit different.
I said something totally different. So, Sean, it's been a long time since I've seen you. What was the last thing we did? Like, well, it was not too long ago, actually.
We did an impromptu thing about the
about Section 31.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you see she gave like a cool Star Trek shout out?
I know, right?
So cool. With like her hand. It was very nice. So she's very.
Michelle Yeoh is Star Trek's cool friend.
She is Star Trek's cool friend. Hey, ahoy, Salon Trek.
That's right.
I was on the salon last night.
Jill
was pretty wild.
Jill gets it. See, she wrote 2T. I should have wrote it like that. See?
Let me see.
God damn it.
Yeah, Jill. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she knows.
Jill 47. There we go. Twooty. I was gonna go for like So Sean. I thought like because we're combining and everything, so why not?
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
So Sean maybe like. You can't move these things over, but if I could have mine over here in the
I could just be Starfleet Toddy.
Starfleet Toddy, that's true. You could. We're spending way too much time on this part of the of the show, but it looks like we got a nice audience. This might be a good time to stream, man. It's great. Thank you. Thanks for everyone who's joining us. Let's get started with the.
It's always a good day to stream.
Ah, yes, today is a good day to stream. So, Sean. Will you do the episode summary? Did you just watch this?
Are you kidding me?
Why?
I don't remember it that well. I remember it. I've seen it, but I couldn't do an episode
When did you last watch? When did you watch it? Is it going to be embarrassing, like in September? You didn't watch it today?
No, I didn't watch it. So what's embarrassing is I didn't watch this season when it came out. And that is cringe. No, I don't know.
I know you're Trek on the tube. Like,
I know.
People have expectations.
My goodness. No, but I've been catching up lately. So maybe I saw this one maybe a couple months ago, I think, when I started my catch-up. And I've been going real slow with this catch-up.
All right. Well, that's good. That's not too bad.
But if we start streaming about these episodes, maybe I can rewatch them like in advance. This one I'm ill-prepared.
I've blocked off the next few Friday afternoons, so if you're available, we can maybe catch up on... Get caught up before Discovery starts. Just to give everyone a quick channel update, we're trying to get back. Yeah, Jill. So we're trying to make this a weekly thing. Stay tuned. Probably Toddy's schedule's a little bit, hectic. So we're gonna try to nail something down. If not, I'll have other guests on. But I like streaming with you, Sean. So I'm gonna try my best to do this.
Sir. I like streaming with you.
Aw. But by the way, Jill, how's our levels? I'm very conscious of that. Let us know if we sound pretty good, because sometimes I sound louder or the guest sounds louder, and I know that can be annoying for folks. But going back to the subject, we're also semi-regularly bringing back the After Dark show. So tonight we're going to do that after Text Trek. And then Saturdays we're streaming our animated series discussion. We only have 2 more episodes left of that. And then I think we're going to start Star Trek Deep Space Nine sometime after that. And then I think maybe we'll do Discovery discussions at this time. This might be a fun time, or in the mornings. I like mornings, Sean. I don't know if you're ever available on Friday mornings.
No, not on Friday mornings. Wednesday mornings, maybe.
Maybe.
But ain't nobody gonna watch a stream on a Wednesday morning. I'm telling you that.
Hey, I didn't think anyone's gonna watch a stream at 5 in the afternoon, but there's a lot of folks here. Hi, Donna. Nice to see you. All right, here we go. So we get back with our crew, and they are just kind of like we have Talin, who's now a permanent part of the crew. She's been transferred since last season. Everyone's just kind of like doing their thing. Boimler's got holodeck duty. And then all of a sudden they're investigating. They're on a mission to go to a space station. There's like kind of a mystery surrounding it. And when they get there, they find out that the mystery is Voyager. So they've got to have a little crew on the Voyager to help the curator, who's been like devoting his whole this whole time to passionately restoring every little bit of the Voyager and getting her ready to be an exhibit. She's going to start out on Earth and then be in permanent orbit. And then I guess later she ends up, as we see in Picard, at the Starfleet ship museum that Geordi runs. So it's kind of cool to see the continuity of what happens to Voyager after they return from the Delta Quadrant. But anyways, while they're on the Voyager, taking stuff off the ship and getting it ready, one of the things that that they're carrying is the little orchid from Twovix that created the whole mishap with Twovix. And one little leaf kind of like flies off as they're loading the shuttle and flies through the ventilation system. And just as Engineer Billups and Dr. Town are getting ready to beam back, the petal lands on Billups' shoes, and when they arrive on the Cerritos, there's only one signal. I like that engineer, by the way. The transporter engineer was like, there's only one biocide or whatever. And so we have what was the name? Billups? Yeah, Billups is born. A combination of Dr. Tana and Billups, but no big deal. A little bit of a crisis. Everyone's kind of panicking, but then Captain Freeman's like, oh yeah, just send me Captain Janeway's logs so I can see what she did, and then I'll do the same thing.
Oh no.
Oh no. So this creates like a great situation because, I don't know where you stand on this debate, but a lot of Trekkies feel that Captain Janeway may have actually committed murder. And so we get the whole gamut of this in this episode. Like Mariner.
So I'm gonna interrupt.
Sure.
You've seen this episode of Voyager, right?
Yeah. Oh, Twovix. Yeah, I've seen.
Okay.
Sorry. Twovix. Yeah.
Okay. Follow-up question: what is your official position on this? Do you agree with the decision, or do you disagree? Do you just think, generally speaking, it was a tough call and both decisions would have been correct?
No, I actually think it was a tough call. I agree with that, but I think the only correct decision is to go with your homies that you've known forever, and
homies at all costs.
Homies at all costs. I think that Janeway did the right thing.
Okay.
And as hard as it is, but what's fascinating, and I guess we can go on this tangent. Why is there a debate? Like, that's what's your opinion, Sean?
Oh my, wow. I agree 100%. That's crazy. I just didn't dare say it. I didn't want to be the guy with the hot takes. But yeah, I'm like, why are we debating this? She did the right thing. In my opinion, she did the right thing. There's no debate. It's all for the memes. I don't believe that people actually think Twovix should have carried on existing.
You think I got nothing against? This is just like a thing that Trekkies like.
I don't know. I feel like people are just. I think people are memeing it. I think I got nothing against the guy, and if there had been a solution that could have kept him around, then all power to that solution, right? But I think that this was the correct thing to do. I think that it was a mishap. And yeah, he shouldn't have been around.
Yeah,
and like Tuvok, like he had a family and everyone to get back to, and I don't know.
And it's true, Solange.
And like technically, we needed the expertise, even from like a very practical point of view. You need the expertise of
Actually, that's
both those
true.
people.
Of those, yeah, that's a great point. Oh my gosh, that's really interesting. I hadn't even thought of that as part of the argument. Yeah, so again, I don't see why there's a debate, but and I like that Captain Freeman, she's kind of freaked out, but they're all kind of freaked out at like what Janeway had to do, and I love when Shax is like, man, Janeway didn't mess around. But
she was
anyways,
pretty wild, that Janeway. I mean, it depended on the writers, but yeah, she was pretty wild.
Going back to the summary really quickly, so they're faced with this dilemma, and I think that Captain Freeman's like, hey, but we're not in the Delta Quadrant. We have choices. We have options. We can figure this out. Maybe there's a way to make a Twovix or something like that. Keep, like I don't know what that is. But anyways, so
this
she's
isn't
like,
After Dark.
So she's like, yeah, this isn't that. Thank you. But that is happening tonight. After text.
What, the Twovix? My God.
No. But you always throw me off. I love it. But it's that New Zealand sexy voice. I don't know.
Yeah, wife on the tube complains because I don't sound New Zealand enough. She said, start watching some or listening to some New Zealand podcasts so that I sound more Kiwi again.
I think you still have it. Yeah, but you've softened a little. I think
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's you've lost some of the edge there. But anyways, so she's like, don't worry, we can do something, but it's too late because at this point Billups looks up what happened, and Tillups looks up what happened and is totally yes, I want the Kiwi accent back. Wife on the tube's in the audience. I love it. But Tillups freaks out and decides, okay, this is not going to happen. I'm not going to go out silently. And so they start combining other members of the crew, starting with Captain Freeman and Dr. McLean, and like just these weird combinations. Meanwhile, on the Voyager, there's more wackiness ensuing because everyone's kind of like futzing around and like wants to play with everything, and it starts out with oh my gosh, I'm blanking on my. Speaking of homies, what's his name? Rutherford. Thank you. Ruthy. It starts out with Rutherford wanting to look at these gel packs, and he actually deflates one, and then they go into this panel. And then, do you remember the episode with the macro virus, the macrophage or whatever?
Badass Janeway.
Yeah, like that's right. Exactly. So they let one of those out that was lying dormant, and then it starts to reproduce.
That is such a cool, high concept episode, in my opinion. I love it.
Yeah, it is a good episode. It's one of the ones I saw, actually. So, yeah.
I think I've seen 3 Voyager episodes.
I've seen a lot of Voyager episodes. I don't know, for anyone who's new in the audience, Voyager's my one Star Trek blind spot from becoming a completionist when it comes to Star Trek. I've seen everything else. It used to be Voyager and Enterprise, but my friend Robbie got me to watch Enterprise. My friend Sean here doesn't watch Star Trek Voyager with me. Maybe I'd complete it faster if he did, but we'll see.
We can't even keep track with one season of one show that just came out. You want us to watch 7 seasons of Voyager?
I don't know. It might be fun, but maybe it would take a long time to watch it with you though. So you're right about that. I'll have to find another viewing partner. But anyways, the problem with Voyager is up until now, I've stopped doing this, but I used to watch it in bed at night just before I was going to go to sleep on my iPad, and inevitably what would happen is I'd see an episode and I'd be like, oh, that was fun. Yeah, it is super soothing, that whole era. But I would watch one episode and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I could stay awake for the next episode, and then I'd fall asleep. And then how at the time it was Netflix, but I guess Paramount Plus does the same thing now, where it'll keep playing episodes. So I don't know, I have to start from the beginning because I don't think I really watched Voyager correctly. I'm on season 6 though. Just
well, that's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't remember
it. You skipped half of it, didn't you? I went from episode 1 to episode 355, and no, come on.
How many episodes are there? There's not 300 episodes, are there?
I don't know. I just invented it.
It might. There might. I'm trying to do the math, but
all I know is
they're
there's 79 TOS episodes. That's the extent of my knowledge on episodes. No, I guess there's 40 Lower Decks episodes. That's easy.
Yeah, that's easy enough. So, anyways, wackiness ensues upon the Voyager, and Boimler keeps kind of messing up and not like paying attention, and his head's not in the game. And the whole reason why is because he got wind earlier when he was in the holodecks that there's going to be a bunch of promotions happening, and he was up for one, and it made him really nervous because the last time he got promoted or sent off to to another place, it kind of like messed up his relationship with Mariner. So he was like really nervous about it, and he was in his head about that whole thing.
He got cloned.
He got cloned. That's right. That's
this kind of thing just happens, you know.
But while he's going through all that on Voyager, we also get like apparently there were nanoprobes, and so they start assimilating the macrophage virus, and then that creates this situation where like the Borg launch like multiple holodeck programs of the clown, and what's his name, the guy that makes out with Mariner,
Dr. Chaotica.
No, Dr. Chaotica, but there's that like handsome guy. This one wearing this hat, like he's like this like who was that guy?
Oh, Delete the Wife, right?
He's is that Irish okay? I haven't seen the Delete the Wife episode, but I know the meme, so I guess I have to see that episode too.
I forget his name, but yeah, he's the handsome Irishman, right?
Yeah. Oh, how timely and appropriate for for St. Patty's Day that's coming up on Sunday. Do y'all do a big thing about St. Patrick's? Is there a small Irish expat community up there in Montreal?
Yeah. Montreal has like a huge Irish community because they have like there's an Irish block basically. So everyone goes out for St. Patty's Day, and they even have like a parade and everything. So I might actually go this year.
Oh wow!
I got an Irish buddy now that lives in Montreal, so I might go with him.
And your name's Sean.
Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty Irish. I won't be drinking no Guinness though, because I can't. It's too. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry to my Irish brethren, but I can't drink it. It's too strong for me.
Oh, it's like a meal. I hear some people say it's like
a meal.
Yeah.
Really? Well, okay. I eat burgers. That's a meal.
Oh, you missed Ben Ginium. He was just there in the fall. So next time. Here, green beer, green baked goods, corned beef. Oh, I love corned beef and cabbage.
I don't know if they do all the green things though. I don't know if it's that, because I've never been yet. So we'll see. I'll have to see.
All right. Well, anyways, moving on. Mariner tells Boimler finally in all this chaos, and appropriately so Chaotica, but in all this chaos, Mariner lets Boimler know when he admits his feelings that, hey, I'm the one who recommended the promotion, so chill out, like you got this. And so sure enough, to defeat the Hollows, Boimler pretends to be the son of Captain Proton, his hero.
Yes.
Anyways, so yeah, and then just in time, Rutherford's able to shut it all down, and everything's peachy. Back on the Cerritos, though, the whole situation gets worse because in order to stop all the madness, T'Lyn comes up with the idea to beam them all into the brig, but unfortunately it combines them into one big mass of
disgusting
blob. Yeah. And and so finally Tendi, who had an objection about the whole separating this new life form thing, she's like, why are you helping me? And she's like, well, I wasn't going to help you before, but now that it's just one massive blob, it's fine. And so we
will talk about that.
Okay. She figures out a way to separate them by their personalities as well as their genes, and it works, and everything's back to normal. And then to kind of wrap it up, they have a promotion ceremony, and everyone gets promoted. Our lower deckers are no longer ensigns. They're now lieutenant junior grades. And to everyone's surprise, well, not everyone's surprise, to her surprise, Mariner gets promoted to a lieutenant, and she hates it. And that's that.
That is that.
That was a long summary. It was like 20 minutes. Well, we chit-chatted and interrupted and stuff like that. So what do you think of this episode, Sean?
I think it's all right. I don't think it's the best episode that like Lower Decks has ever delivered. I do think it's very on par with like what you would expect from a Lower Decks episode, if that makes sense. I do feel like they're playing it safe in terms of what Lower Decks delivers. And if you were to try to explain a Lower Decks episode, like this would be a pretty good example of one. It banks a lot on like the nostalgia of Voyager, and so that like of course wins me over. Like I feel a little bad for like those DS9 fans because they got no love, but there's only like
got
there's
love
only like
last season,
there's only like
remember?
one Deep Space Nine episode, whereas like all of modern Star Trek is just gushing about Voyager all the time.
That's true, but Voyager's you know what I found is like I think that's because Voyager was airing it for specifically for your generation when you were kids, so it was like your childhood Star Trek. It's like TOS for a lot of kids. Was for me. It's like what TOS was for me. I watched it when I was like early childhood. You know what I mean? And I feel like if I recall correctly, you relayed that you used to watch it with your mom when you were a kid. Yep. So yeah.
Also, not to take away from like the woman in Deep Space Nine, but I do think Janeway was kind of like big role model, like big deal for a lot of women out there.
Well, so yeah, it was a big deal at the time. A captain, you know, there was the first female lead, you know, captain.
And Seven and B'Elanna. There's like
right. There's lots of great female role models. Yeah.
So yeah, like no, I think it's interesting. It's good. I liked revisiting the concept of like the Twovix debate. I think my only major complaint is it kind of went the easy way out by not actually offering an answer to that, or like they didn't step in and give their opinion. They rather just jumbled everyone into a big ball of bleh, and then it was like, obviously we have to separate them now. And I felt like that was maybe a bit of a way of like getting a pass on that.
But do you really think that going hard on the topic, because we already got that on Voyager? Do you really
I agree. Like on the other hand, like that's the Lower Decks route, right? That's what they do. They kind of clown shit. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. I just feel like that maybe I don't like it when Star Trek does that. Because sometimes I feel like Star Trek asks the right questions, and I would like it, like a show like Voyager or Enterprise or any of the others. If they do that, then I kind of feel a bit like, oh well, you know, you guys asked the question, but then you didn't, not necessarily find the correct answer, but you didn't provide an answer. Then we can debate amongst ourselves: was it the correct one? Was it, you know, the just one? I guess maybe I have to reconcile that Lower Decks doesn't necessarily do that. It's not tasked with doing that.
Yeah, and like with only a half an hour, I thought this was like actually a really funny way to get out of the situation without going hard. You know what I mean? Because like you could probably go like 2 or 3 episodes with these characters. You know, like imagine like if you really wanted to do that. Like, but I think Norman in the audience was saying it's a Voyager tribute episode, and so I think they nailed it in the sense that the biggest thing I think I see, at least on, you know, the Star Trek internets, is Twovix. Like Twovix is constantly coming. Every now and then you get a wave of Twovix tweets. like
Twovix,
everyone.
And then so
sorry, I mean Tuvok. Sorry, I mean not Tuvok.
No, Twovix.
Yeah, Twovix. Why
Twovix, but Twovix with a U.
With a U.
You get waves of Twovix, but what you get a steady stream of Tom Paris Salamander and Janeway Salamander. That like there's a steady stream.
Oh yeah, there's always, and we got that too. I didn't even mention the robotic salamanders.
The Emmy award-winning makeup returns in animated form.
I also forgot to mention there's a little mystery at the end when we see the Klingon ship get destroyed by this thing. Everyone who's watched the season already knows.
So I don't know. I haven't finished
the season yet. Good. This is exciting. What do you think's going on? This is
I don't know. The only thing that's been spoiled for me is like Moopsie or some ball of cuteness Moopsie's or whatever it is.
I can't wait till the
okay, so I haven't seen that yet.
Very good. That's pretty funny. Jill says my granny's hair was so red they had. Oh, this is back to everyone's like on the Irish on the St. Patrick's Day. They had to adjust cameras to deal with it if she was in the photo. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, that's cool. Like her hair would create a cast of red on everyone in the picture.
She's the Red Angel. Cool.
She's the Red Angel. Excellent. Yeah, Moopsie's the next episode. Thanks for reminding me, Norman. So yeah, we'll hopefully talk about that next week. As a Voyager fan, what did you think about seeing Voyager and like what happens? It was
to very her? Cool. So every new season of Lower Decks, you know, you hit that, like, so we watched this in HD and everything. So it's on the TV, big TV. You launch it, and every new season, I'm like, oh, I forgot how good this looks. And it looks extraordinary. And like throughout the season, I get used to how beautiful it is. But once you've gone like maybe a year or however long it is, without seeing it, you're like, oh yeah, it looks so good. And seeing Voyager and everything, it's like, wow. You know what I mean? Like even if it's animated, it's like, this is HD Voyager.
It is actually, yeah, that's a good point. I watched it on my Apple goggles, and you can watch it like if it's a big gigantic movie screen, and it's insane. So I watched Lower Decks as though I were in the movie theater, and that was kind of fun. So it felt really big watching it that way. But I thought it was beautifully rendered and done, and the interiors too, right? They were like pretty spot on. I never noticed, but
everything was very well recreated. It's very dark. It's a very, very dark bridge. The lighting is kind of like somber. It's close to Discovery. Like I've got beef with Discovery being very dark, but the truth is, like, Voyager was pretty dark.
Question from Jill: will you get the new Moopsie plushie 2D?
Me?
Yeah, because you have like you have all the other plushies.
I guess maybe we'll see if I like it, because I won't be getting any Badgie. You know what I mean? I hate Badgie.
Right. We all hate Badgie. Badgie's bad.
Yeah, I disagree with Badgie. The concept of Badgie, I disagree.
Well, I can't wait. Now I'm excited for you to see Moopsie. I can't wait to talk about that. What other things did you like or dislike about this episode?
I liked the idea that they're all getting like promoted, and you know, with the episodes that I have seen of the season, I see that it plays into it, and I feel like that's a good step, because you know, like Lower Decks, granted it's only like 10 episodes and they're only 25 minutes like an episode, but you don't want it to be too stagnant. Like, I like that they're comfortable with who they are, but I still want things to move along a bit, and so I felt like that whole promotion idea, that was good.
Even T'Lyn got a promotion, which was
cool. I like that T'Lyn's in the show.
Yeah, so is it my next question.
So did I forget that she was in season 3? No, this is her first episode as being part of the show, right?
That's right.
Season 3 is the episode where we first see her. That's the episode where we show the Lower Decks from the other ships, right? That's
right. And then at the end of that season, remember, she was like, at the end of that episode, they decided that she wasn't a good fit for a Vulcan crew.
She has too many emotional outbursts, right? She's unstable.
Right. And so her captain decided to send her to a Starfleet vessel instead to kind of, I guess, show her, like, you know, it's kind of a punishment actually, because to a Vulcan, because, like, first of all, like, you know, mostly humans, they smell, you know, and all that stuff to Vulcans, right?
Does she mention that? Does she talk about the smell?
I don't remember if she talks about it this season. She might, but I can't remember. But I will tell you that T'Lyn is just a delight this season, from what I can remember. Like, I think that she's such a good addition to the group here, and I'm excited. I think T'Lyn. Yeah, go ahead.
I was surprised by that, because I thought, okay, so now we have T'Lyn, but she would be like, you know, like Jennifer. Jennifer's around. You know what I mean? She interacts with the group and etc. But no, T'Lyn is actually like integrated.
I don't think she's in every episode, but yeah, she's.
But she feels a part of the group. I felt like she feels a part of the group, and I like that. I like having like a different species.
Plus, like, in the group, everyone wanted her to be on the show, because of because of last season.
So the voice acting is impeccable. I think we've already talked about this, but a couple times, sometimes I say that the voice actors, not that they're bad voice actors, but sometimes voice actors don't quite nail Vulcans right, because the whole concept behind a Vulcan is you don't want to be emotionless. You want to make it clear that you're suppressing the emotions, right? And so sometimes I feel like they play it too robotic, and they end up sounding more like Data than like Tuvok. But I feel like whoever's voice acting for T'Lyn is doing a wonderful job.
She's awesome. The actress has been like really embraced by the fandom. Let me get her name correct so that I don't mess it up. Let me go here to IMDb Twovix. Important. It's very important to give good credit. Let's see here. Someone in the audience has probably already answered this. Sometimes
everybody's screaming at you. You know what I mean? How dare you?
I hate the new
See?
I hate.
Father says Gabriel.
Thank you,
Ruiz.
Father
Ruiz.
Gabrielle Ruiz, and she's really awesome and very grateful to be a part of this. And again, yeah, everyone's kind of embraced T'Lyn. I think everyone's like really enjoying this character. I think she just like brings the right.
He met her on the cruise. Did you tell her that she's doing a good job?
I think so. Jill has a question. Are Denoblians the only alien race that isn't stronger than humans? Phlox got bested in a fight pretty easily in the episode we watched yesterday. What episode was that? And I think there's like a lot of species that are actually on par in terms of strength. Like I didn't know
Horizons, right? They weak as fuck, right?
Yeah, probably. But even Klingons are not supposed to be too much strong. They work out and they train constantly, so they might be better in that.
Well, Burnham is constantly flooring Klingons, so I guess.
Well, yeah, because she trained. She trained
with the Vulcan martial arts.
Yeah, the martial arts. Yeah, she can she can pound him MF like if she wants to. So yeah. Father says, I told her I love T'Lyn and hope for even more in season 5 and hopefully beyond. Yeah, I agree. You'll see, Toddy, as you journey through.
If you sense Father is still listening, call out to him like Siri. He knows. It's very true.
I don't know what.
Father.
Hey, Father, instead of hey.
Yeah.
Dude. But yeah, so yeah, I think she's very exciting. What do you think? Now that I know you haven't seen this season and that you're just watching it, so like, where do you think it's going? Like, what do you think is going to happen like this season? Like predictions, I guess.
You want me to say what I hope for, or what I think is going to happen?
Hope and think.
Okay.
Like,
I am hopeful for a little more Pac-led shenanigans, and I am hopeful for character growth for like basically our 4. Like I would like Mariner to really have like a bit of a change and a bit of a growth, but I'd also like Rutherford and Tendi and all of that to grow.
I like the Tendi T'Lyn combination, by the way. That was really fun in this episode.
Yeah,
to see
I like
them play off each other.
What do I expect? I don't know. It's very hard to kind of predict what you're gonna get from Lower Decks.
One of the things that Mike McMahon,
he
said he switched, and it's true, he switches it up this season from the usual kind of thing that we're used to.
Here's the thing. I know now, currently, that we're not confirmed to have like a season 6, right? Like we don't really.
Season 5, you mean?
Season 5, yeah. We don't. No, season.
It's confirmed.
It's confirmed to season 5. We're not confirmed.
Actually, I think they just finished it or something. Yeah.
We don't know if there's going to be beyond that, but at the time when this was being made, I think that like, because I guess if I had watched this when this was coming out, I would have been like, oh, I think maybe they want to set up something bigger that can really push them to like a 7-season kind of like maybe having like an overarching plot or something. I don't know if they want to do that. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I'm excited for you. So where do you think this like mystery ship, what's going on with this ship? What do you think's going on there?
I don't know.
And you don't have any spoilers? I'm so impressed with you.
No, but I've been very absent, to be fair.
I know.
I've just sort of come back. And...
This is where that like absence is beneficial. So don't So keep being absent. Don't go,
No. I don't.
don't
Yeah,
go
no.
on-
Well, this is exciting now because if we're doing the
Yeah,
conversations, then I can, you get
yeah. Like I
my
could like.
reactions, my
It
hot
is kind of fun
takes.
to do that. Yeah, your hot takes and everything. A lot of people say, "Hey, Fathery," me after seeing Dune Part Two. He meant Dune. Father, are you gonna come to the After Dark show tonight?
I
We
have
can
seen
finally have
Dune
that Dune
2 twice
discussion.
already. It's very good.
It's very good. It's true. Commodore Trev says, "I'm not a fighter by nature, but I'd take on an Elysian, no question." What are the Elysians? I don't remember them.
Actually, you know what? What's Neelix again?
What else?
Talaxian.
Talaxian.
I could beat up a Talaxian.
Oh, Elysians. Oh, what's her name?
Elysian is the bald one, right? No?
No, they look they have kind of like, instead of a spoon like a Cardassian, they have like a tuning
spork?
fork. Yeah, or something like that. But I think Melora might have been one. Is that
Elysian.
right?
Oh,
No, maybe
okay.
not. Maybe not Melora. Who is
Maybe,
this?
yeah.
Yeah, that is Melora. Melora was one, I think. That's a terrible name for that species.
Stop judging species names. What's your problem?
Sorry.
You reckon Tellarites are strong? Do you think little Tellarite, you think they're strong?
I don't know. Like, they don't seem. I feel like I could kick one in the face pretty easily.
Oh my
But I don't
god.
know. Like,
Well, it
they have
depends. It would hurt.
tusks.
Yeah, well,
They have
the
tusks.
Discovery ones have tusks, so they would hurt you.
Yeah, it's true.
Like the Enterprise ones and the TOS ones, they don't. So maybe you're just their snout. They have a nose or a snout?
They have a snout, I think, or a snoot. No, a
Snoot.
snoot's longer. A snoot is longer, I think.
Oh, okay. Knowledgeable about snoots and snouts.
Oh wait, we already showed that comment. Let's see, what other questions did I have for you, Toddy? What questions do you have for me? None. I knew it. I knew it.
None actually. No, well, I'd actually, you know what? Because I used to like this show, I think a lot more than you did in the beginning. Not that you didn't like it, but I was super hype about it. Has this show grown on you over the years, or are you the same? Or do you like?
I don't remember it being like a thing. I mean, I remember, this is what I remember, and I might be wrong. So anyone who watches the show can correct me. But before
Database One, is that still a thing?
Database One, that's right. Oh, I missed it, all those days. But anyways, what I remember is before the show aired, I had my, I had a little reluctance because I wasn't sure what an animated.
You know where they were going with it, basically.
Yeah, like an animated comedy Star Trek was going to be like. But it won me over, I think, from like episode 1. Like, I don't think like there was an issue after that. So I've been a huge fan of Lower Decks, and like, kind of like trying to get, some Trekkies are very hardcore and they want Trek to always be grounded in some kind of like, real thing, and so this is off-putting for those Trekkies, but I always try to get those Trekkies to give it a chance, because why go to other shows to get the parodies? Like, why not just keep it in house, you know what I mean? And like, but what's beautiful about Lower Decks is not only is it like funny, it's a parody, but it is truly a Star Trek show. It's progressing, not just like the story of these characters, but it does actually give you a lot of progression on the entirety of Star Trek. And that's what I like about any Star Trek show, is not when it's like done like, too much, but like when it connects to the wider story. Like, I think Star Trek is one of those series that not just, it has like the story of the series, like, Voyager has its own story, DS9, so on and so forth, but there's also like a bigger story, like a bigger Star Trek story about humanity at first, but like, just, like the Federation or whatever, just like there's like a landscape or a world. And so I like it when Star Trek does that, and Lower Decks does a really great job of expanding this era and all that stuff.
You know those videos with like there's a painting and then you zoom out and it's like another painting and you zoom out?
Oh yeah, I have seen those. Those are cool. Or yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what I mean. Like, you could, when you zoom in, you're like really focused on the, on the particular thing that we're focused on, but then you zoom out and it's all Star Trek. It's all a big part of Star Trek. So yeah.
I do love the fact that, like, because they have the advantage of being animated in the sense that they can really tie a lot of things together. Like, you can bring back, and they've been doing it, like characters from the original animated series, from the original series, from like TNG. Like, if they wanted to do some sort of time travel thing and bring in characters from Discovery, they can. You know what I mean? And you can animate everything. It's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it's true.
So
hey, did you catch the reference to the Strange New Worlds crossover?
No, I don't remember that.
So when
that was a good Strange New Worlds episode.
Yeah, it really was.
I very much enjoyed that.
When after Boimler kind of dodges and the macrophage gets away, like instead of blocking it, and it like goes past him. Remember? She's like, Boiler, what's wrong with you? Get your head in the game. I mean, this isn't even as big a deal as that time we went to, we saw who or whatever, and she's like referencing the mission that they did. So that was those old scientists. That's it. Yeah. So that so that was cool, because it kind of, again, going back to that point, it's like, they just had that adventure. And so it's like nice to see where we are in time. You know what I mean? Like, it's after that. So it's pretty cool that's the way it goes. But let's see. One last thing here on my notes that I had. An audience, by the way, is there anything we missed? Because I feel like we got through this so quick. I feel like these discussions go quicker when we're not like dissecting every little thing, because it's not new anymore. I don't know. I wonder. It's interesting.
No, maybe it's because I don't remember enough about it.
No, I think
it's not fresh in my mind. But no, it's great. I just like seeing the Voyager. And I know so maybe to some people it might be a bit weird to see it as like a museum. But I like the idea of having these ships that like we've traveled with, right? And we've enjoyed so much, being very symbolic in universe, and then keeping it around and really cherishing them in universe, especially considering like this mission and the fact that Janeway managed to pull everyone back. It's kind of a big deal, so it would make sense to keep this ship around.
Absolutely. Do you I can't wait to see maybe, well, I wouldn't want to spoil anything. Let's not go there. I'll wait. I'll wait till you've seen this season. But Toddy, before we wrap up, let's remind our audience that we like to give a rating. It's not mandatory, but and it can be silly. It doesn't have to be a 1 to 10 rating. So audience, if you'd like to participate, what do you rate this episode on a scale from 1 to 10, or any absurd rating you'd like to go? I'll go first as usual. It's a
bloody 11, isn't it?
No, this one, I kind of agree with your opening statement, but not in a bad way. I just think that it's good that the show doesn't start out with a bang. Like, it gets better. It's going to escalate. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10 as well, just like Norman did. So what about you, Toddy?
Hold on.
You're like, oh, it might as well be a 10.
No, I'm curious, because I used to rate these things and write down. I don't know if I've continued to rate them. Oh yeah, I gave it a 7, which makes sense to me. That's reasonable for me, right?
Your 7, my 9s are like your 7s. That's it's true.
You give a kind 7, 4 out of 10. Jesus.
But it's only going to get better, maybe. Then, so yeah, exactly. What do you have going on in your world? Are you going to come do any videos, or is this what you're going to be doing for a while? Or tell the audience.
No,
Toddy. I mean, there's like 45 people watching right now, so there's definitely some Toddy fans in there. Maybe like 2.
Oh my goodness, no, they're all here for you. They're all here for you and your little hat.
I think the StreamYard shows the combined, because there's like 32 people watching on X. There's like, I think 10 people watching on here on YouTube. Well, I say on here like if we're on YouTube, like we're on YouTube, and there's a few people watching on Facebook.
We're in the YouTube headquarters right now.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I won't be making videos on Trick on the Tube, sadly.
For a while, or
for
just
a while.
Okay.
I'll come back one day eventually. It's just like work is being hectic. Though things have going well for me. I can't complain. So that's cool. It's just that it demands presence and hours and what have you. And I'm very invested in the place that I work because the person that is like my boss is a very good friend too. So I don't want to let him down. You know what I mean? So we work as a team. So it's cool. So yeah, the channel isn't exactly.
So you're just gonna let down all your Star Trek friends instead. That's fine.
Well, come on, it's not.
No, I'm teasing.
It's not like my channel was we weren't maxing views or anything at that point.
People ask me all the time where Toddy is. Yeah, all the time. Like, and I don't know why they ask me. I don't know if they asked Fathery also.
So in the meantime, if I can't,
I do know why they ask me.
If I can't give everyone like a daily dose of Trek on the Tube channel, I think maybe we can try and organize something on here so I can come and feature on Starfleet Sahel a bit. I think this would be good. This works for me.
This works. Okay,
so maybe we can try and make this a weekly.
That would be awesome.
Or a semi-weekly, a bi-weekly, a quasi-weekly thing.
In either case, I know for a fact we'll be doing our second breakfast series when the Lord of the Rings returns, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah, because that was fun, I think.
I don't care what anyone thinks about the show. All right? I just like seeing landscapes
elves.
and orcs.
Okay. I'm with I'm the landscapes and elves. You're the orcs. Okay. I'm landscape and elves. It worked out perfectly. Well, Toddy, totally.
I also like wizards. Conjurers of cheap tricks. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad you're still you're not just retiring your Trek on the Tube thing, and that there's more stuff to look for. You have plenty of content, back content for people to go check out. So if you guys are curious, go check out Trek on the Tube's channel, especially if you're new to Star Trek or want to learn about the lore. He's got a great series on speech. You're like, wow, he remembers all this stuff.
He remembers who I am. I'm not bloody Cat Wolski. I won't disappear entirely. Where are you, Nick?
He pops up every now and then, and I see him. I have a subspace link to him, so I'm seeing that. But guys, so that's the deal. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Yeah, this was so much fun.
I got a rep for New Zealand. I got a rep for South Auckland a bit.
This was so much fun to come back and also to hang out with you, Toddy, and our audience. Thank you so much, guys. If you like this, please like the video. Just smash that like button and also subscribe. Also, please check out Text Trek tonight at is it 8:30 Eastern? I think 7:30. Is it 7:30? Father, can you please post your time because
when is the next Lower Decks chat? If we carry on, I think we'll carry on the same day, same time, like once a week. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good.
And we can both rewatch the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
And prepare. We'll be prepared.
We'll have visuals next time. We'll do the whole Starfleet Sohail thing.
Oh, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. It's true. 7, so 8:00 Eastern time. Yeah, not 8:30. So Darren, hey, nice to see Darren in the chat. Darren is on Facebook. Darren, come by at 8 p.m. Eastern time or 7 p.m. Central time. So yeah, check that out. And then after that, like probably around 10, we'll be doing the After Dark show on Starfleet Sohail After Dark, or I think it's still called Starfleet Boy After Dark. I'm not sure.
I do have final questions though, actually.
I'm sorry. Go. Oh my gosh. We need the
What did you think of this season as a whole? Like, did you thoroughly enjoy season 4? Was it a bit of a letdown? Like, what was did you like it more than previous seasons? About the same?
I think I liked it. Now that the recency bias is gone, I haven't ranked the seasons yet, but I think it's probably, let me think. How did season 1 end? Season 2? I think this might be my favorite season, but by a small margin.
Okay. And season 3 is the weakest for you? When I say weakest, please do understand, everyone. I'm being very diplomatic because I don't know how to say it, but like every season...
you're not being diplomatic.
Okay, every season is great. That's what I mean. That means every season is great.
No, but you don't have to say that. But I understand what you meant. I would say that like I'd really have to think about this, Toddy, because they're all so close. I feel like like Lower Decks is just something I just enjoy, and it really helps me to like just kind of disconnect.
It is
so I don't. Yeah, so I don't know if I have a favorite season or not, but
Okay,
I'll have to check it out. But we have some answers in the audience. Like Norman says season 3 and 4 are the strongest.
okay.
So yeah, last season and this season. That's probably how I feel. I'll have to check
Oh,
it
really?
out.
Okay.
I don't know. I have to like think about this. You put me on the spot and I didn't have a good was there another question before we
Well, I
wrap it
was
up?
wondering, is there a general consensus that you've seen on Twitter about season 4 of Lower Decks? Like, because from what I get, the vibe is most people did enjoy Strange New World season 2 quite a bit.
Based on the hype, I think people really enjoyed season 4.
Okay.
And like the fact that they made a Moopsie, like they had, like the fact that they made
Okay,
a
they made
Moopsie,
like a plush. They made a
a
toy.
plush, and
Okay.
like Master Replicas putting out, and actually MC Frodis, who's on Strange New Pod, made Moopsies way before they made an official Moopsie, and that one was just really good too. So yeah.
Okay.
So, oh, cool. We have the we have our Star Trek Picard guest star. Nice to see you, Shaka. We're just wrapping up. But yeah, so I think that this season, I think the season might be the strongest in terms of writing, because I really don't want to spoil a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think this is like a really good season.
So things is gonna be happening.
Things is gonna be happening for sure.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You like my new shirt? It's my
I do.
shirt. There you go.
I do. It's a very good. I like that you.
I invested in a couple of. I invested in a couple of Star Trek shirts. I thought
I'm so lame.
I got no Star Trek shirts. Right. I got like Fast and Furious shirts and shit, but I got no Star Trek shirts. Like, this is, it's not.
I'm
correct.
not wearing any of my badges or anything today. There we go. Now I've corrected the problem here at the end. There we go.
So I got my buddy Leonard, Mr. Spock.
Indeed. I know, because we stream in multiple places, I have to put them up here, but you'll see them when I put them up, so it's cool. All right, so that being said, then tomorrow, as far as I know, we are going forward with our Star Trek animated series discussion, and yeah, and then we're just gonna have a fun old time back to streaming. Well, thank you, Sean, for joining me, and audience, I hope you guys will tune in again. Live long and prosper, and we will see you next time.